Imagine a world where wealth is distributed equally. Every individual, regardless of background or circumstance, possesses an equal share of the global pie. This concept, while seemingly utopian, has been a topic of debate for centuries. Proponents argue for its potential to eradicate poverty, reduce inequality, and foster a more just society. Opponents, however, raise concerns about economic stagnation, diminished innovation, and the erosion of personal motivation. The idea of equal wealth distribution challenges our fundamental understanding of economic systems. It questions the role of meritocracy, the incentives for hard work, and the very nature of ownership. While the practical implications of such a radical shift are complex and multifaceted, exploring this hypothetical scenario allows us to critically examine the current state of global wealth distribution and its societal consequences. It prompts us to consider alternative models that might lead to a more equitable and just world. While the path to achieving such a radical redistribution of wealth is fraught with challenges, the very act of contemplating its implications can spark meaningful conversations about economic justice and the values we prioritize as a global community. The current state of global wealth distribution is far from equal. A staggering proportion of wealth is concentrated in the hands of a small percentage of the population, leaving a vast majority with a disproportionately small share. According to recent studies, the richest 1% of the world's population owns more than half of the world's wealth. This stark imbalance is further highlighted by the fact that the bottom 50% of the world's population owns less than 1% of global wealth. This disparity in wealth distribution is a testament to systemic inequalities, historical injustices, and the perpetuation of privilege across generations. The consequences of this imbalance are far-reaching, impacting access to essential resources, opportunities for social mobility, and overall well-being. The concentration of wealth in the hands of a few has significant implications for economic growth, social stability, and political power. It can lead to reduced aggregate demand as a large portion of the population lacks the purchasing power to drive economic activity. Furthermore, it can exacerbate social tensions, fuel political instability, and undermine democratic processes. Addressing this imbalance is crucial for creating a more just and equitable world. The potential economic impacts of equal wealth distribution are complex and multifaceted, with significant implications for savings and investments. One school of thought argues that such a radical redistribution of wealth could lead to a decrease in overall savings. This argument posits that individuals with newly acquired wealth might be more inclined to spend it on immediate consumption rather than saving or investing it. Conversely, proponents of equal wealth distribution argue that it could stimulate economic growth by increasing aggregate demand. With a larger proportion of the population having access to disposable income, consumer spending would likely increase, leading to higher demand for goods and services. The surge in demand could in turn incentivize businesses to invest and expand, potentially leading to economic growth. However, the impact on investments is less clear-cut. While increased consumer spending might encourage business investment, the uncertainty surrounding such a radical economic shift could also lead to a decrease in investment due to perceived risks. The overall impact on savings and investments would depend on a multitude of factors, including government policies, consumer behavior, and business confidence. Section 4. A society transformed: poverty alleviation and social dynamics. Equal wealth distribution would undoubtedly have profound social implications, most notably in the realm of poverty alleviation. With everyone having access to the same financial resources, absolute poverty could potentially be eradicated. This would mean that basic needs such as food, shelter, healthcare, and education would be accessible to all, regardless of their background or circumstances. The eradication of poverty would have a transformative impact on societies worldwide, leading to improved health outcomes, increased life expectancy, and greater social mobility. However, the social dynamics of a world with equal wealth distribution are more difficult to predict. Some argue that it could lead to a more egalitarian society, where social status is no longer determined by wealth. This could foster greater social cohesion, reduce crime rates, and promote a greater sense of community. Others, however, contend that it could lead to a decline in work ethic, innovation, and overall productivity. The argument is that without the incentive of financial reward, individuals might be less motivated to strive for excellence or contribute to society in meaningful ways. The reality is likely to be far more nuanced, with a complex interplay between individual motivations, social norms, and government policies shaping the social fabric of such a world. Section 5. The human factor, motivation and consumption in an equal world. One of the most debated aspects of equal wealth distribution is its potential impact on human motivation. Critics argue that it would remove the incentive for hard work and innovation. After all, if everyone receives the same amount of wealth regardless of their effort or contribution, why strive for more? This line of thinking suggests that a world with equal wealth distribution would be stagnant, lacking the dynamism and progress driven by individual ambition. However, proponents counter that human motivation extends beyond purely financial incentives. People are driven by a multitude of factors, including altruism, a sense of purpose, and the desire for self-actualization. In a world where basic needs are met, individuals might be more inclined to pursue their passions, contribute to their communities, and find fulfillment in non-material pursuits. Furthermore, the nature of consumption would likely undergo a significant transformation. With everyone possessing equal purchasing power, conspicuous consumption as a status symbol might lose its appeal. Instead, consumers might prioritize sustainability, ethical sourcing, and experiences over material possessions. This shift in consumer behavior could have profound implications for businesses, potentially leading to a greater focus on social responsibility and environmental sustainability. Section 6. The inevitable hurdles, practical challenges and sustainability. While the concept of equal wealth distribution might be appealing in theory, its practical implementation presents a myriad of challenges. First and foremost is the sheer logistical complexity of redistributing wealth on a global scale. Identifying, valuing, and transferring assets in a fair and equitable manner would be an enormous undertaking, requiring unprecedented levels of international cooperation and transparency. Moreover, ensuring the sustainability of equal wealth distribution poses another significant hurdle. Without mechanisms in place to prevent wealth from accumulating once again in the hands of a few, any initial redistribution would be ephemeral. This would require ongoing policies and regulations aimed at promoting economic equality, such as progressive taxation, inheritance taxes, and robust social safety nets. Finally, there's the question of political will. Implementing equal wealth distribution would require a fundamental shift in the global economic order, challenging the vested interests of powerful individuals and institutions. Overcoming resistance from those who benefit from the current system would be a monumental task, requiring widespread social movements and political pressure. Conclusion: the idea of equal wealth distribution is a complex and contentious one, fraught with both potential benefits and significant challenges. While it holds the promise of eradicating poverty, reducing inequality, and fostering a more just society, it also raises concerns about economic stagnation, diminished innovation, and the erosion of personal motivation. The practical challenges of implementation, sustainability, and political feasibility are substantial. Ultimately, the desirability and viability of equal wealth distribution depend on a multitude of factors, including our values as a society, our willingness to challenge the status quo, and our ability to find innovative solutions to complex global problems.